Feel free to send it. No problem. Thank you very much. All right, good. Well, what we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to teach you how to trade today's volatile markets. And there's been some today. Actually, I'm not blowing smoke. It was actually a pretty good day of trading, and I want to show you some things that are moving. The Dow doesn't look like it did that much. The S&P didn't look like it did that much, but there were a lot of stocks that did really, really well. I'm going to show you stocks up 30, 50, 100% on the day. Some people can't do that in a year, but we're going to show you how they did it in one day. But before we get started, quick little disclaimer. I'm not making any promises or guarantees it's going to work for everybody. It does vary student to student. There is a very high risk in trading. So please don't go out there and risk what you can't afford to lose. Now, let's go to the live markets. Let's look at a couple of stocks. Now, what I like to do is I like to show you a little bit about what's moving in the market. And we'll look at some stocks. I'm going to show you how they go up and down the way they do. And I want to start off with this stock right here, APLD. All right. Now, did anybody see this stock APLD? Just give me a yes or no. Anyone see this stock today? We blow this up a little bit higher. This stock yesterday was trading around $9.80. It came out with earnings. It went to about 11 and it shot all the way to 14. Brett, you saw it. Lynn, you saw it. Dan, Tim, you didn't see it. Okay. Anyone else? That's it. That's all the people that saw the stock. That's it. All right. So my question to you, that's fine. That's okay. Now, my question to everybody is this. Why did this stock go up? Just in whatever comes, what's the first thing comes to your mind? What could possibly drive this stock go from $10 to $14? Can anybody answer that question? Mike, you're right. Lance, you're right. Everyone else? Dorgino. Yeah, it has something to do about the good earnings, but that's not really the reason and the right answer I'm looking for. So if everyone said buyers, congratulations, you're right. Okay. So it's all about supply and demand. So there must have been a demand of buyers, and they drove the stock. Now, what happened to the price of 14? When we got right around here. Hold on. Let me get my crayons so you guys can follow along. There we go. So the stock came all the way here, and then it finally shot all the way up, and now it's going down. What happened there? Sellers must have stepped in, Dan. All right, because does everyone agree? Tim, what about you? Patel, Michael, Fareed, what do you guys think? You guys agree? Okay. Now, do you see sellers on a chart? Do you see a seller on a chart? No. So how would we have known that it was going to stop right around the $14 price range? I don't know. Maybe if I add in a Bollinger Band, or maybe if we could add in a RSI, maybe that helped it. I don't know. Or maybe is anything else anyone here uses? How about a MACD? Did that help answer it? Or how about this? How about if I told you that when the market opened up at 9:30 this morning, there was an order, program trading kicked in, and that order was 530,000 shares looking to be sold there. How about that? And if you look right here, fellow traders, this is called our trading floor, which I'm going to invite all of you at the end of this presentation to join. Right here, I want you to look at this. Hold on, right here. Right here, if you look right here, I posted an alert, which everyone will get on their cell phone, okay? And you could see that we got, well, right now it's not that many people in there, only about 176 people. But we have an alert service, which is right here, a mobile app, or you can get on Telegram or X. And I say, hey, listen, we're coming up to the 500,000 share seller. Well, guess what? When we got close to that 500,000 share seller, that's obviously a big, big supply. And what ended up happening, and let me clear this out because this is a little distracting. Oops. Made a mistake here. Hold on a second. Gotta bring this up again. Hold on. There we go. APLD. There you go. All right. So now when we came up to it, look what ended up happening. Stock went from 14 all the way down to 13, 12, 25. So if you didn't know, or let's say you owned it right around the $12 price, $12.50, whatever it was. If you know that big seller was there in the future, which you could have saw, right at the open, guess what? That winner is now a lesser winner, or that winner could be at a loser, right? Now, that's just one example. Let's bring up another one. Did anybody look at NVIDIA today? NVIDIA was doing really well yesterday. Look at that big, big run up. 176. We went all the way up. Look at this. Right up to here to 185. And now we're back down to 178. Why did the stock go to 185 and backed off? Does anybody know? Why did it go all the way to that number and back right off? Probably a seller. Look right here, fellow traders. This is called a ladder. Look at all these sellers out there. 700,000, 140,000, 188,000, 107,000. I mean, if you add it up, that's over 1 million shares looking to be sold. These guys came out there exactly at 9:30. Okay. So why did the stock never go past 185? Because of all those other sellers are out there. Now, I'm going to ask everybody this question one more time. How do stocks go up and down in the market? How do they go up and down? Buyers and sellers. Very good. Supply and demand. So to have everyone's attention, because what I'm going to do right now is I want to tell you why you need to learn this stuff and how you're going to learn to become a better trader, because I'm going to teach you something called the right of the chart. Now, before I get started, let me tell you a little about myself so you understand why I'm here preaching this to you, because this is something that you're not going to hear on any other presentation. I'm actually one of the original day traders that started back in the early 90s. If you read any of the old books, I'm also known as one of the So's bandits. Back in the day, I was a market maker down here on Wall Street. I still live here in New York. And reason why is because this is the financial capital of the world. I'm surrounded with some of the best traders. I learn every day. And let me tell you something. What you're about to see, this technology has been around for 50 years. This is how Wall Street market makers trade. A market maker is a trader of a trading firm. That's what we do. Now, over the years, becoming a great trader, I opened up my own school. I was one of the first schools in the industry. But what I've learned is that the reason why I had to open up a school is because I wanted to recruit traders to trade with. See, the way you become a good trader is you got to surround yourself with good traders. And the only way you could start a business is you got to train your staff to be as good as you to make your life easier. That's, if anyone here owns a business, you all know what I'm talking about. Why you hire employees? To steal your ideas? No, you hire employees to make your life easier to grow. You can't do everything yourself. So I'm an entrepreneur. I wanted to grow my business. And what I've learned is that the only way you could build a good team, a good trading floor, is you have to train people. So that's what I learned over the years as a market maker. And that's why Cybertrade University is got a 5-star rating on Google. It's been endorsed by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. And this is why we've been around for so long. So if you like to trade, and if you want to learn how to trade, then this is where you're at the right place, because this is what we do here all day. Actually, here's a great photo. I do a lot of work with NASDAQ too. NASDAQ wants me to educate you guys how to trade on what I'm about to show you, and that's what it's all about. So here's just a basic photograph of some of the traders that are part of our team. We do an on-site class. You could see these people just look like you. They're just ordinary, business owners, grandmas and grandpas, border control, engineers, pilots. They all are out there for the same goal, is to make a day's pay just like you. Now, listen, this is not about me. This is about you. Okay. So if you really like to trade and want to learn how to trade, this is where, then this is how you basically going to learn how to do it the right way. And the way you're going to do it is I'm going to invite all of you to come to my professional trading floor. Okay. At the end of this presentation. So I'm going to give you my book. I'm going to show you how to get the technology directly through the exchange. And you're going to get to view it for one whole week live in the market. So we do practice what we preach. Now, let's just talk about some of the winners this week. There have been a lot of great stocks, had some really big run-ups. You had stocks you probably never heard of. Wish you did, but it's okay. They're there every day. VWAV up 450%, Ripple up 100%. You can see here the traders in our trading floor, posting up all their winners, making $2, $3, $4 on the trade. You do the math, 1,000 shares on a $4 stock goes to $2, about $500,000 salary. It's not bad. But there's so many stocks out there that move out there, and you can't get them all. But there's plenty of them. Like what's going on these past 2 weeks. It's earnings season. A lot of great companies came out with earnings. Okay. But the thing is, how are you going to pick the right one, and what's making them continue to go higher? So Meta had earnings. They beat earnings. Stock rocketed, right? Microsoft beat earnings, rocketed. Okay. Carvana last night, great earnings, blew the numbers out of the door, and stocks have been taking off. But the thing is this. Why did that number go to that number? Why did that stock go from 300 to 350, or 500 to 550, or $2 to $7? It's all driven up by supply and demand. Now, what I'm about to show you right now in the next 20 minutes is going to be very disturbing. Okay. And what I mean by that is you're going to realize that you've been trading blind your whole life. This technology existed, but no one has ever really showed to you. So listen, I'm not looking to change anyone's style. I'm not looking to tell you why, you got to trade covered calls because I do it better than him. Or, this is how you trade with this indicator because my indicator is better than his indicator. No, you could apply this to any style that you're in. All I'm showing you is the future orders out there, the algorithms, the high frequency trades, the market makers, the institutions, everything. So before I move forward, just a really quick question. Does anybody here have Book Viewer from the NASDAQ market? Anybody using Book Viewer, or the Total View, basically? Anyone have it? Just give me a yes or no. Dan, you have it? Damon, you do? Okay, good. Georgie, no. Tim, don't. Okay, great. Anyone else? Jose, what about you? Michael, Timothy, Wolfgang, what about you? You guys have it? All right. Listen, you guys better pay attention because I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to scare the shit out of you because what you're doing is a very big failure rate in trading. It's a 90% failure rate. Okay. If you don't want to be part of that 90%, I don't know why anybody would want to be in this business. Being in a big failure rate is beyond me. But I know why you're in it because people make money doing it. So pay attention and be focused because this is why why most people lose money in the market. We are looking at you basically have a seat on the exchange. Okay. People paid millions of dollars to have a seat on the exchange. Today, okay, it costs you $15. So now they got rid of all those seats on the New York Stock Exchange. So why would anybody here not want to have a seat on the exchange is beyond me. So let's talk about it. Here are your buyers. Here are your sellers. You are seeing every single buyer that wants to buy Amazon and every single seller that wants to sell Amazon. Okay. And you're seeing how many shares, how many orders, and at what price. So you're looking at one big chat room. You're looking at the order book of all the orders out there. Now, how do you apply this to your trading? Well, that's what we're gonna focus on. Buyers equals support, where most of you look at support looking at buyers. So a lot of you have been trading backwards. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to trade forwards. We're looking at the stock Google. Google went from a price of 196, came all the way down, stopped here 185, and then went right back up to 198. Now, why did it stop at 185? Why couldn't it stop at 190? Why didn't it go 180? What made 185 so special? Well, you all agree. How do stocks go up and go down? Buyers and sellers. So we're going to look at the buy column, and you're going to notice that out of all the orders, this one has a 6-digit number, 170,000 shares, 81 orders around the entire world want to buy that stock. Now, is that really a lot of shares? Well, when you look at the overall orders out there, they're mainly between 3 and 4 digits, 300, 500, 5,000, 3,000. You're talking 170,000. Out of all the orders out there, that is the biggest and the most extravagant order out there. Now, why would anybody want to buy a stock at that price? Simple. He's a buyer. And it's not one buyer, it's 81 people want to buy it there. And that's what you all agreed. How they go up, buyers and sellers. Now let's look at the opposite. Let's see if a stock goes down. What drives a stock go lower? How many of you here don't have problem making money, but you have a big problem taking losses? And sometimes you go out there and you're like, man, I always sold my stock too late. Why can't I sell a little bit earlier? Why did I not prepare and knew I should have got out 10, 20 minutes or a day before? And now I'm all the way down here. Well, did you see the orders out there? Because when you had a stock like Boeing, it starts at 224, goes all the way up, and think the thing is going back to 300. But for some reason, 230 was kryptonite and it came back down. What made that? A seller. Where's that seller? On the seller side. And right down here, you'll notice that out of all the orders, you have something that is over 400 to 500 times more the average order than any other order out there. But everybody's showing 100, 300, 150, 47,000 orders, shares at 25 orders. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you look at all the other orders, it is actually a lot. Now, my question to everybody is this. Did I lose anybody yet? Did I lose anyone? Just give me a yes or no. Brett, you following along? Good. Tim, Damon? Great, great. Why am I getting the same 7, 8 people answering? I'm just curious, guys. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Okay, please pay attention. If you don't know the answer, just give me a big fat question mark. That's all I want. All right. Like I said, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I have to deal with people all the time that complain that they lose money. They want to do this, but they don't know where to look. They don't contribute. And I'm just telling you something you probably never heard of. This, and you know this exists. It's called the right of the chart. Let's go over a couple more examples. PYPL is getting crushed. Stock from 73 down to 70, okay, because of earnings. Now, the question is this. Is this stock going to zero? Yes or no? Because that came out with a bad report. I mean, it could happen, but I mean, it's got to probably bounce somewhere sooner or later, right? So what do we need for the stock to bounce? When is enough the stock is going to stop going lower? What do we need? Timothy, thank you. Joe, Jose, Tim, Brett, everyone, buyers. We need buyers, right? Problem is on a chart, we don't see any buyers. So we got to look at the right of the chart. So, because we got to find that support level. Now, when we look on the right of the chart, you'll notice that there is a pretty substantial buyer right here at $70.70. And you got 186,000 shares out there looking to be bought. Now, to compare all the other orders out there, that is a lot. Okay. So what do you think is going to happen when we get down to $70.70, everyone? In theory, what could possibly happen? It's going to hold? No, well, not really hold, Jose. It's probably going to bounce. I mean, there's a big demand there. And what do we say? How do stocks go up? Supply and demand. So what do you think happened? So just as much as you thought you were about to take a loss and you were going to get out, boom, the stock bounced. By the way, had that ever happened to anybody? Do you ever go out there and you're like, damn it, why did I just sell it right there? Sometimes I feel somebody's watching me. You know what the problem is? Nobody's watching you. You're just not watching them. You got to remember, these market makers have orders they have to fill. They got no time to play games. If they got someone say, hey, I want you to sell my money. If you called up your broker right now and tell them to sell, right? Anybody have a broker or had a broker in the past? You ever call up and say, sell my stock right now? And then you all of a sudden you go, I mean, if you came back tomorrow and said, wait a minute, he never sold the stock, why would he do that? You know they have to sell. So don't worry about like, are they real orders, are they fake orders? These are orders that have to get out. They got an order that someone told them to sell it, and that order's out there. Don't worry about everything else. Lynn and Randy, thank you very much for sharing that. And one of our students here, always here every time we do an event, always trying to help us recruit. Just like she said, never heard of level 4 before. Fausto changed everything in trading for us. He's the real deal. No smoke and mirrors. Well, thank you very much again, Lynn and Randy. Now let's see if we can find some resistance levels. SoFi, positive earnings, stocks making a big run up. Okay. Now, is SoFi going to 1,000? Could happen, right? But I don't think anyone here is banking on that. You probably, let's say if you owned it at 21, you probably have a game plan you want to get out. So what's going to drive the stock to go lower, everyone? What do you think? Text message? Sellers. There you go. We need sellers. We're going to go on the sell column. We're going to see what's out there. And there we are. We got another beautiful 153,000. Cha-ching. Want to get out at 25. So I'm listening to some analysts, friends calling me up. Oh my God, SoFi is going up. This thing's going back to $30. People are saying, oh, I think it's going to go up to 40. I think it's going to go to 27. You know what I say? You're probably right, but we got to get through that 153,000 share seller out there. And you know what most people will tell you? How do you know there's a seller out there, 153,000? How do you see that? That's the difference between traders and amateurs. Okay. And guess what? If you didn't get prepared, and if you were hoping for the best and you didn't prepare for the worst, you just convert a winner into a loser. Because that stock went to 25 and shot right back down to 21. That is trading. Now, once again, did I lose anybody yet? Everybody following along? Ray, what about you? Robert, did he following along? Angelina, you feel following along? Good. Still here, Dan? All right, that's what I want to hear. Now, question I have everyone here is, Who here wants to learn how to do this more? Because what I want to do is, like I told you, I'm looking to take people under my wing that I could train that could help, because there's a whole side to this story that I'm looking to teach people I could trade with. I'm looking to recruit traders. If you feel that you're able to spot those orders, then you're going to get hired. If you don't see those orders and don't know what I'm talking about, we're not going to get hired. Okay. So being good at being successful and being a good trader, you got to surround yourself with a good team of people. So if you guys are getting it, you're on the right path. All right. Now, what I want to show you something, one more thing before I tell you how to register and come to the trading floor. I want to bring up level 4 really quick. Okay. Now, level 4 is just like more of a heat map. You're going to see stuff. You're going to see the heat. And, and let's have a little fun right now. Let me bring up the chart right here. So does anyone have any stock that you want to look at? Just any stock. Give me any stock. It's got to have good volume in it also. CHRT. That's not coming up. Palantir. Okay. That's a good one. We already looked at NVIDIA. Anybody else? Any other stocks? Palantir. Let me bring it up here. PLTR. Starbucks. Starbucks is a good one. Let's look at Starbucks. Okay, Starbucks got really beat up yesterday. S-Bucks, right? Let's bring up S-Bucks here. So Starbucks, you can see it right here. Went from like 98 all the way down to around $90. Shot up to 94.50, and now it came back down. It's right around here, 90. So it's pretty interesting. But you see how the stock right here is basically hovering as support levels. Now, what does this have to do with this? Does anybody know the answer to that? What does that have to do with that? Exhaustion? No. What made that stock go up? A support level. And what makes a support level? Buyers. Okay. So let me show you what we got going on over here. This is called level 4. And if you notice, here's 930. Right around these numbers right here are buyers. See that little red line is more of a heat map. So when we're looking at the current order book and just looking at orders, now we're looking at a consistency of those orders out there. So if you saw a stock getting crushed, there's going to be buyers somewhere, short covering, whatever it may be. What did you have here? A lot of buyers there. What happened right between 90 and 90.50? Stock's having a tough time going lower than that. Okay. Now, here's a $64,000 question. Can the stock go past 90? Everybody. Can it go past 90? Could that happen? Sure it could, right? How could that possibly happen with all those buyers out there? How could that happen? Two things might have to happen. Number one, they all have to cancel their order, which I'm not betting on because they're not all in cahoots. Those are real orders. Or two, someone has to sell it to them, right? So that could happen. And if somebody sold it and it goes past 90, where do you think the next support level is? Everyone. Where's your next support level? See that? Some of you don't know the answer. I do. 85. Because that's where the next biggest buyer is. You see what I'm saying? Now you're looking at like, oh, I hope it doesn't go past that. That's $5 more. I can't afford to lose a $5. Well, as of right now, 90 is your support levels. But like it or not, and I'll explain it to you. Everybody, take your eyes off the floor. It's screen really quick. Look on the floor right here, right? If you break through this floor, where is the next floor? And in this example, it's $5 lower. So, like it or not, there's no make believe in between floor. You could see it clear as day. That's where the next biggest buyers are. So, if you like it or not, that's where it's going. Okay. Getting back to NVIDIA. If NVIDIA can get past this 95, 91, 95, all these sellers out there, then it'll go to 90. If it breaks 90, then it's going to probably go to 195, but the next biggest seller is 200. So you could apply this towards your swing trading also. It's not about day trading. And then ask one of your questions. Yes, this does work on cryptocurrency and it does work on futures too. Okay. So did I lose anybody? I love saying that question. Did I lose anyone? I do that because it's not really that complicated. You know what the hardest part about trading is? The discipline, the psychology, the greed. Sometimes people are like, sometimes it's like, it's too obvious. I'm like, I can't see it. Yeah, there's a lot of buyers at 90. So what do? Sell it, short it, see what happens. If you think it's going to break it. I'm not going to act smarter than anyone else on the street. I've been there. I worked there. You're not going to beat these people. Okay. But I could tell you what you can do. You could join them. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to people to come and join us at Cybertrade University so you could see this live in the market. So now you could follow what Wall Street is doing. So if you like to follow the orders and you like using your charts, but now you want to see what's on the right of the chart, here's your opportunity to do it. Now, this is how you could see more. I want to invite all of you, once again, to come join my trading floor, okay? And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, our TikTok, our Instagram, all those channels you could basically follow along, okay? We're live every morning. We're going to be live again here at 2:30 this afternoon, but I want to go do better than that. I want you just to come to the trading floor in general. Now, that trading floor is right here. These are all my traders. And right here, what you're seeing is you're going to meet all the traders on the left, from all over the world. Connecticut, Kentucky, Carolina, Great Britain, France, Hong Kong. Look at all these traders from all over the world. They're all here and they're all trading with us. We record it, we do live audio commentary, and we share it. So everything that I just showed you, we are going to practice what we preach. Now, like I said earlier when we started, Cybertrade University is probably the only school that's recommended and endorsed by more brokerage firms and exchanges than anybody in the industry, because we have a reputation after being around for 35 years. And with that reputation, we have a 5-star rating on Google, which is unheard of. In my industry, to have that good of a credibility, we obviously must be doing something right. And not only that, but ChatGPT, if anyone's a big fan of AI ranked as #1 school in the industry. Okay. So I think AI knows what they're talking about. Well, I'm very thankful that they are. And I know they've done their research, but they did it for you. So this is what I'm looking to do. I'm looking for all of you who want to come and join the trading floor. And all I'm asking for is an application fee of $9. That's it. $9 gives you 1 week access to teach you everything we talked about in 30 minutes in a 60-hour week. You don't got to be there all 60 hours. You could be there just in the morning, maybe the afternoon, but I'm looking for people that are serious traders. Okay. So think of this, that if you had an opportunity to walk on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, okay, you're in a city and you're in the market, you would just die to walk in the door. Now, if they let everybody in for free, no one would be able to get in there. But if they just charge a little bit, I think that will eliminate about 90% of the people. Okay. And that's what we're looking to. We want you to have a little skin in the game. The only issue I think about this $9 is it just sounds too cheap. People always ask me, what's the catch? The catch is that you tell me who you really are. That's what the catch is. All right. But I'm going to give you my book that you get for $50. And also you are going to get, I'm going to give you a video where to download the NASDAQ book viewer. Okay. So grab your phone, scan the QR code, and then you'll be able to get into the floor. Now, let me tell you what you're going to get for the $9. You're going to get live audio commentary with me and all my instructors. You're going to get full access to the chat board and all the traders in our room. You're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to get alerts showing you what to look out for and what's trading, what's not. You're going to get VIP access to all our podcasts and our workshops that we do, all for $9. And you're going to get my book, and you're going to get, the videos where to download the software. So all you have to do is right there on the top in the chat board, you can click on that registration page. You can see how I click on it. $9. There's going to be no extra charges, no payments after the week. It's just a flat $9. That's it. And you're going to get all these great bonuses. Okay. Now, all these things, listen, and you know what? I'm going to do a bonus. I'm going to throw something else as a bonus. If you guys register right now, I will personally give you a phone call. Now, the reason why I'm looking to do that is that if you register, you might have a lot of questions to ask, and you can't really ask them in the trading floor. So if you want to come and see me, I'll be happy to talk to you. Okay. That is my courtesy, because you know what? At the end of the day, I want to make sure that you're a right fit for the team. All right. And you know what? If you need the $9 back, I'll give you the $9 back. I don't need your $9. Okay. If you look on my right-hand corner, I just got that Michael Schumacher jersey appraised. It's worth about almost maybe a couple of $100,000. I got a signed glass from Michael Schumacher, the only one he ever drank out of. It's probably worth maybe 50 to $250,000. I don't need your $9. Okay. But what I am looking for is people want to make six figures. So go out there, make the investment, and we'll go from there. Angeline, I purchased it yesterday, but I haven't received access to the book yet. What does the room open? I didn't get a phone call yet. Angelina, did you, I remember you from yesterday. Did you book your appointment yet? You didn't talk to, I think you have an appointment with John Romano, if you haven't heard from him. But I know that we had a bunch of people that registered. I did about 4 or 5 events. We had, I don't know, probably over 100 registrants that registered. You haven't received anything yet? Okay. Just send me an email at Fausto@CTU Corp, Angelina. And also, Angelina, you can always call us. 516-280-5350, okay? But he will get to you. All right. We just got very overwhelmed. The market's been great. Cyber Trading University has been getting a lot of great publicity lately, and everybody's been registering. So we're just a little understaffed. It's the summertime. I have staff that's been on vacation, some of them. So we're definitely need to get to you. We'll resend everything after the event. Please look at your spam or junk folder. Thank you very much. There's another thing. Yes, definitely check your spam folder. That also, because I know you should have got something, because everything's automated. All right. A couple of shout outs really quick with some registrants right here. Who do we got here? Kathleen from California just got your registration. Welcome aboard, Kathleen. Who else we got here? Greg just got your registration. Debbie just got your registration. Peter, welcome aboard. Guys, now, when you register also, make sure that you're going to have a questionnaire it's going to ask you. Let us know what broker you're dealing with so we could advise you, make sure because some of you have the wrong brokerage account. You might not even know that. I'm sorry, you probably do know that. You probably just didn't know any better at the time. A lot of these brokerage firms, I don't know if you know this, but they trade against you. They're banking that you're going to lose. This is the biggest casino in the world. Okay. Their goal is they want you to lose money because they're taking the bet. That's why they give you free tickets if you ever thought of it. All right. But that's what they basically do. And then there's going to be another area where you're going to book your appointment on a time when to get your walkthrough, because we take the class very seriously. We want to make sure that when you go into the trading floor, you're going to, things are explained. We don't want you to go in there as a deer in the headlights, not know what to look at, what you're supposed to focus on. So we want to make sure you have a really good experience, because we want to make sure this is something that is right for you, because if it's not, it becomes a very big failure rate. Any other questions? And there's the coaching session you're going to get with me. All right. So you can use your phone, scan the QR code, or click on that link. Angeline says, I got my confirmation order, nothing else in spam. Okay. So you got your order. All right. Did you book your appointment? You were on the second screen. You should have got it then, Angelina. No appointment after offer yet. Yeah, so when you register and you fill out the application, there goes another screen that registers for it. But don't worry about it. We're going to get to you, Angelina. Just drop me an email. I'll make sure you get it, okay? Any other questions? So fellow traders, let me explain something to you. This is a $9 investment. That's it. $9. That's all it's going to cost you. Okay. I've just showed you, look at all these things that you're going to be getting for $9. The trading floor, workshops, Traders Talk Library, coaching session with me, all that stuff for $9. If you can't afford $9, I'm just going to tell everyone right now, and please don't take this in a bad way, you can't afford to trade. Okay. So, we got over 100 traders in here in the room right now. If you feel like you don't want to know how to read the right of the chart, which exists, then I don't know what to tell you, because all I know is that I used to pay $1,000 for the data. Today, you get it for basically for nothing. Why would you not want that? It's only to help you become a better trader. Thanks, very Lynn and Randy. Is telling you $9 is cheaper than a Starbucks. You want to laugh, Lynn and Randy? I just went to a coffee shop just the other day to get a cold brew. It cost me $9 for a. I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to be cheap. I could afford it, but I'd rather just make the damn coffee it myself. $9 for a cold brew coffee. What the hell they do to this thing? You know what I mean? It's like it's water. It's water in a coffee bean, crazy. All right, traders. So I got to go. I got a big podcast I got to jump on to right now. So does anyone have any last minute questions before we go? Any questions? Yeah, sorry. Well, you could, no problem, Wolfgang. Well, maybe there's another way you could basically do it. All right, but all right, Brett. Thank you very much, Tim, Michael, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, last chance, $9. See you in the trading floor. And listen, just to let everybody know, if you don't learn how to trade, it's going to be very difficult to be very successful in trading. So definitely learn from somebody, but you can't do this by yourself. Okay. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all on the trading floor. Good luck, everybody. And we will have this recorded so you can watch it later.